Hi everyone. So yes, I'd just like to say a massive thank you to the two people that have donated these two cars. So yeah, really generous, really grateful, and both totally unexpected and out of the blue. So the first one, massive thanks to Kevin Fenrick, who we will all know from making the alloy bearing holders for the Schumachers. I chat to him a lot, and after the last revival, I'd borrowed a Manta Ray off my good mate Adrian Price, and I absolutely loved it. So, chatting to him, I want one, need to get one, and then out of the blue, he sent me his what I will call project car. So, he knows I love a project. So, when he sent me it, obviously it'd been sat around for a bit, so I chucked everything into the sonic cleaner, took all the gears apart, cleaned it all, and it did have some of the hop-ups, and I've started to rebuild it because I was hoping to have this ready for next weekend when we go indoors racing. Yeah, it's the end of the outdoor season, so we're back indoors, so can't wait till we go back off-road next year. But what's he sent me? So basically, it's a Manta Ray that's had a bit of top force love. So obviously it's got the gear diffs. So like I say, I've pulled them apart and I've given them a good clean. But yeah, so it is a project that's well underway. I did actually want to get a top force a while back, so I'd actually been out and I'd got some the hinge pin kits to get rid of the ones that screw through, and a lipo mount. So obviously when he sent me this, it also came with the Durlin arms from Lee Broadhurst, front and rear, so we don't have to worry about breaking the arms. And the alloy prop shaft, it had that as well, and it's also got the alloy motor mount. Obviously it's not fitted yet, and it's obviously got some parts which Kevin's made, because obviously adapting a Manta Ray to a top force, you need all the spacers. I don't really remember exactly what you need. But yeah, so it's underway. It did have a new front gearbox housing because that was cracked, and when I inspected the rear had started to crack in certain places. So went onto TTP Models website, and I think it was like about £9 or something for the whole sprue, which comes with the main body, the top part, and the rear part. So because it's all on there, I've just replaced everything, so it all just comes out one sprue. So obviously a nice cheap car to fix up. It's also got the 3D printed part on there, which I've actually got. I can't remember the name of the lad that sent me them, but I put a shout out asking if anyone had any of the plastic part that sits under there and the little spacer that goes underneath here that you don't get with the Manta Ray, because they were all out of stock everywhere, and very kindly just sent me them, only wanted postage. So yeah, so it's well underway. Transmission's nice and free, all greased up. So there are some bits that I need, but I need to sit down, go through it, work out exactly what I need. But I don't know if I'll have it in time for next weekend. But yeah, so Kevin, massive thanks for sending me out this. You know it's going to get used, you know it's going to get run. So it'll probably be later on in the year we'll have this out on the carpet track, and it will, of course, when we go back outdoors, it'll get used on the grass track. So that's the first one that I've been sent. And then the second one, Lee Williams 66. You'll probably seen posts of his on Instagram. A car that's been high up on my radar and never really found a good one. But again, Lee, a very good mate of mine now, has gifted me a Laser ZXR. So as we can see, we are pretty much all box art on this. Let's see if I can zoom out a bit. Let's see, there we go. Sorry about the camera wobble. So yeah, he's gifted this to the channel. So it is a nice example. He's replaced the shock towers with the carbon ones from Fiberlight. The body is obviously all box art. Not the easiest thing to get off with these shock towers, but so those of you that know Lee's cars, you'll know he doesn't mess about with his builds. They're all impeccable, immaculate. He's actually, I think he's got 2, maybe 3. He's got 2. I know he's definitely got 2 of these. And he'll probably end up running one at some point, but in some of the previous videos you'll have seen him rocking the Schumacher Boss cap. But as far as I know, it's all original. It does have the alloy front mounts. You can just make out the front one in there, front and rear for the fronts. But yeah, so spares wise, I don't have any spares for this car obviously, but I'm not hoping to break anything. But JC Racing are looking at bringing out the ZXR arms, so as soon as they come out I'll be getting a set. But yeah, so the plans for this is that everyone knows me, all my cars get run. So the Lakeland Classic next year, I like to run cars that I don't really run all the time. So this is going to get run at the Lakeland Classic next year. So we'll be picking up some wheels and tyres that are a bit more suited for the grass at the time, and electrics in. I've not looked at what electrics are going to go in to this just at the moment, but we'll be going to Penguin and getting a body set, getting all that sprayed up. And the reason why I wanted a nice ZXR to run for the Lakeland Classic is to go with my 2-wheel drive entry, which again is a KO show, the Triumph. So that's predominantly why I wanted the ZXR. So into the same age group, 89, 93. So this will be getting another body set sprayed up. They'll be matching. So I'll be running Team KO show at the Lakeland Classic next year, hopefully. But yeah, just want to say a massive thanks to Kevin, to Lee for these absolutely awesome channel donations. Yeah, absolutely blown away. Do love these. This, when I ran it at Revival, obviously not this one, but the one that I got off Adrian, that convinced me that I did need one. I actually had one just before lockdown. I bought the Top Force, just the regular one, before it was discontinued. Lockdown happened, so there wasn't going to be any racing going on, so I moved that on. So this will get finished, and we'll be having this out on the track. And then the ZXR will be getting electrics in this, wheels and tyres, new body set, and this will be out on track for the Lakeland Classic. But yeah, got my grubby mitts on a ZXR, and the body is absolutely amazing. I do love it. It's got all the black around the window. I don't know if it's totally accurate to box art, because I can't really remember what they look like box art, but it is a gorgeous looking buggy, the ZXR. I never had one back in the day. I know when I used to race, one of the lads at the club that I know, he had a Laser ZX. I just ran the 2-wheel drives at the time. But yeah, that's it. So for now, we'll go through the Manta Ray Top Force, see what it needs. It did have the yellow CVAs. I'm probably going to run these, to be honest. I want to try and keep the cost down on this as much as possible. I don't think they need a great deal, because the one that I borrowed off Adrian's was pretty box spec. But yeah, so that's it. So 2 awesome, generous channel donations. So Lee, Kevin, thank you very much. And you know that you will see these out on track at some point. So that's it for now. Like I say, we're racing indoors next weekend. So yeah, back indoors. So I'll be getting some footage of the indoor racing, where I'll be racing the Dynastorm, maybe. Obviously not racing any Schumachers, but enough waffling. You two, thank you very much. Very generous and absolutely grateful to receive these. But that's it for now. Take care, and I'll see you all soon.